Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. This week in Revival Nights, I was teaching the congregation down in South Campus that there are people that even though God pours out His grace upon them, they refuse to live a righteous life even when they live in a righteous environment. There are people that even when it's easy, they refuse to live a holy life. Now, our story today about Job is not a man like that. He is a man that lived in a corrupt world, and he was unique. In Job chapter 1, beginning with verse 6, one day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming the earth and going back and forth in it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil." Now there's a lot in this teaching, but let me just read you one more verse. Chapter 2, verse 3. Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. And he still maintains his integrity, though you incited me against him to ruin him without reason." He still maintains his integrity. When you look at the world today and you see the corruption and you see the sin and you see even Christians and even Christian leaders leading their congregations, as the Bible said, into sin and unfaithfulness, it's very easy to say, you know what, I just can't stand against this. Especially for young people. You look at all of your friends, they go to church, but they're sleeping with their boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're getting drunk, and they're smoking marijuana, and they're using shabu, and you look at it, you go, I don't understand. I want to live for God. Job was a man who, in a horribly sinful environment, God said he's unique in the earth. Now, young people, by the grace of God, by the help of the Holy Spirit, you can be unique in the earth. You can be unique in your family. You can be unique in your school. You can be unique in your call center. You can be unique in your office. You can be unique. You can be a person that God looks at in heaven and brags at and says, I've got nobody else like him in that whole call center. I've got no one else like him in that university. I have no one else like him in that whole barangay. I have no one else like him in that city. I want to be a person like that. I want God to touch my life, and by the help of the Holy Spirit and by the grace of God, I want to live a holy life that when God looks around in heaven, He says, "Do you see my servant? Look at him. He's unique. He has chosen to live right. He has chosen to follow me no matter what goes on around him." Young people, you can live for God.